Hello everyone, Ryan here from Virtual Results. Just a quick video to help you set up your new .realtor domain name. Remember, you have to start out at claim.realtor and register your domain name. And you'll have to go through all those steps before you can set it up to go to your website. Remember, you can't go to GoDaddy, you can't go to Namecheap or any of the other domain registrars. You have to use this claim.realtor site. You have to set up another account there. So let's say you do that. You've already purchased your domain or domains, and now you're ready to set it up. Well, you will be surprised that there are really limited options here in terms of how you configure this. You must have a DNS server here. So if you are like a lot of people and your web developer gave you something that looks like this, you're in great shape. If you're like a lot of people and your web developer gave you something that looks more like, that's called an IP address. You need an A record to use that. You're going to need to get some help. Okay, so you're not going to be able to use an IP address set up at the present moment anyway. They told me that they're going to offer some additional options in the future, and I would assume that's going to have to be something that they do right away. But okay, so let's just say though that you're in good shape because you got something that basically looks like a web address instead of a series of numbers. And so you come here, you do enter custom, okay, and you enter these. Now typically you want to enter as many as you have. There's no rules that say you have to have more than one. These are all just backups basically. So I'm just going to go here and enter these. Don't be concerned if yours don't look anything like this. As long as they look like a long web address, you should be just fine. Don't worry if you only have two. Just go ahead and do that. Now you go ahead and hit save. Now, if you're like me, you're used to going into these things a lot. And you can see here's the old values here. You're going to go to these things a lot. It's no big deal if you enter the wrong information. You just do it. You just come back in a couple minutes and enter in the correct information. That's not the case here. Okay. So far this week we've been doing these. We've had changes taking after every save, it's been at least 24 hours before we can get back in again, and sometimes 48 hours. And then I'm still actually waiting 24 hours now for the domain that I pointed to actually start propagating. You can see that this is another one that we're working on, and it's been 24 hours and it hasn't even started propagating. So they've got some issues going on in the back end here, which is really nothing more than an inconvenience at this point. I trust that they're going to kind of have to get that ramped up and get that cooking in the future. Okay, so anyway, that's how you set it up. Now you will have to do some other stuff on your website side. You'll have to tell your web developer, or if you do it yourself, you have to go in there and you have to tell your website the new URL as well. Okay, this is telling the world your new website address, but you have to tell your website itself, guess what, you've got a new address too, or they won't be speaking to each other. So in most cases, if you don't know what you're doing, what I would recommend is that you come in here and you enter your free profile and you hit save, and we'll do another video on how to set that up. Okay, that's always fine for the meantime. Okay, heck, having it parked is not bad either. It's going to look like this. It's going to be fine, no big deal. But if you do want to make a website, not forward it to a website. That's another thing. It doesn't look like I've got an option here to do a 301 redirect. I think a lot of people will want to do that. They'll want this site right here to go straight to their other website. I don't know. I mean, obviously you can't do that in this interface right here. What I'd have to do is I'd have to enter in a custom DNS server, and then I'd have to forward it from this side. So anyway, hopefully you won't have to get into all that minutia. I hope you enjoyed this. Hope it was helpful. Please write us back. Show us your examples of your new .realtor site, and by all means, ask questions. I hope to help. Thanks, and have a great day.